Aloha kako guys, and welcome to Just&True. I'm going to make a real quick video about water purification. I was talking to one of my friends here on lunch, and he seemed quite surprised to know that you can use bleach as a water purifier. Most of us preppers already know this. I'm probably preaching to the choir here about this, but if you don't know, or maybe you have a few questions about it, I've used bleach multiple times for water purifying reasons, and it's always worked out well for me. I've never gotten sick, never gotten dysentery. I'm still alive talking to you today. So it works well in emergency situations. A couple things you want to look out for is you don't want to use household bleach that has any kind of added perfume or anything like that. The less chemicals, the better. The chemical you're looking for itself is chlorine. You want to use about a quarter teaspoon for each gallon of water that you're looking to purify. Purifying it by the gallon is probably the easiest, just because the wait time is less and it's easier to transport. And you can also even add sun purification to it. If you have it in a clear jug, for instance, you want to put the gallon in there, put your quarter teaspoon of bleach, and then shake it up a little bit, and then let it sit for at least 30 minutes. I'd let it sit for an hour if you can wait. Put it in the sun as well, because the sun acts as a pretty strong purifying agent itself. The light can get rid of a lot of impurities in the water, such funguses. It can deactivate, and all kinds of other cool things. Another really cheap purification process or purification that you can get a hold of is calcium hypochlorite. And I believe that's how you say it, but calcium hypochlorite is really cool because it is a common household chemical that they use in pools and different water features. But what you can do is you use a tiny bit of it and you can mix it into a gallon of water. And then that gallon of water is essentially water purification for all other water. So look into it. It's a little bit more of a more complex water filter or water purifying process. It just takes an extra couple steps, but I don't want to lead you astray because I don't know it off the top of my head. But yeah, calcium hypochlorite is awesome. So check it out. It may save your life. It's really cool. It's really cheap. If not, go grab a bottle of bleach. Write on the bleach, for purifying only in case of emergency, 1/4 teaspoon to every gallon of water. Let it sit for half an hour, preferably in the sun at least, and then shake it up. If there's any extra sediment in it, if you see sediment in it, if you see any floaters or anything, you can add a little bit more, add another 1/4 teaspoon, or let it sit for a little longer. And then obviously, if you want to, you can go through all the other purification processes. If you can boil it, always boil water. That's always the option. That's always number one, because when you boil water, you get rid of a lot of the organisms and bacteria that it kills. And then from then, you have a lot less to worry about. Bleach gets rid of a lot of fungus and spores and impurities, but there are different types of viruses and organisms that it can't kill, actually, disease-causing organisms. So you want to be very careful with your bleach, and you always want to boil your water if it's possible. But if you can't, bleach will make your water clearer and cleaner. Just make sure you if there's any kind of floaters in there, let it sit for a little bit longer. Boil it if you can. If you can't, put it through a sock or cloth after and maybe do it one more time. Activated charcoal is, again, a great thing. You can always just turn over a gallon of water, fill it with sand, activated charcoal, and then you'll be able to make a water filter through that as well. So definitely get your hands on some bleach if you don't already have it in your prepper gear. All right, I wanted to get that out there. I'm probably going to get yelled at by my boss because I'm at work right now. But mahalo, guys. You guys take it easy. Bye.